Welcome to the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, aka LACMA. This isn't just any museum. It's the largest art museum in the entire western United States, housing a mind-blowing collection of over 150,000 objects that span an incredible 6,000 years of human creativity. From the whimsical pop art of Yoshitomo Nara to the revolutionary masterpieces of Picasso and the bound-pushing installations of Chris Burden, LACMA is also one of the coolest museums. Join me on a virtual walkthrough you won't want to miss. Welcome to Art Vault. Imagine a sculpture so revolutionary that it literally changed the legal definition of art. Constantin Brancusi's Bird in Space isn't just a masterpiece. It's a rebellion, cast in bronze and polished to perfection. From the 1920s to the 1940s, Brancusi was obsessed with capturing not the physical form of a bird, but its very essence of movement. He wasn't interested in feathers or wings, but the pure, elemental spirit of flight itself. Over 16 different versions, visual expression, a sleek, soaring form that seems to defy both gravity and traditional sculpture. In 1926, Brancusi's vision was so radical that a U.S. customs official couldn't even recognize it as art. Imagine that moment, a sculpture so abstract, so revolutionary, that it was nearly banned from entry into the country. But Brancusi didn't back down. He fought back with a landmark lawsuit that would reshape how the world understood art. The 1928 court decision was a turning point. Art, the court declared, need not be a literal representation. It could be abstract. It could be a feeling. It could be pure movement captured in a gleaming, perfect form. Now, two of these groundbreaking structures call LACMA home, silent witnesses to an artistic revolution that took flight and changed everything. Chris Burden's Urban Light is more than a sculpture. It's a glowing tribute to Southern California's urban history. Composed of 202 vintage street lamps from the 1920s and 1930s, the installation transforms the entrance of LACMA into what Los Angeles Times critic Christopher Hawthorne called a kind of pop temple. Collected from streets across Southern California, including Hollywood, Glendale, and Anaheim, these 16 different streetlight models tell a story of urban evolution. Each night at dusk, the solar power installation comes alive, creating a mesmerizing display until 10 p.m. Now, in a nod to sustainability, the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation helped upgrade the sculpture's bulbs to LEDs, reducing power consumption by 90% and cutting greenhouse gas emissions, proving that art can be both beautiful and environmentally conscious. Not as Instagrammed as Urban Light, Chris Burden's Metropolis II is a mesmerizing kinetic sculpture that captures the frenetic energy of modern urban life. Imagine a miniature city where 1,100 custom-made cars race at a breakneck 240 scale miles per hour across 18 roadways, including a massive 6-lane freeway. Crafted with intricate details, the sculpture features 8 loop trains, 5 trolleys, and over 200 buildings built from an ingenious mix of Haba blocks, Lego bricks, Lincoln logs, and Eames cards. Burden himself described the work as a sensory experience that mirrors the stress of living in a dynamic, active, and bustling 21st century city. More than just a sculpture, Metropolis II is a living, breathing miniature world that captures the relentless pursuit of urban existence. Michael Heizer's Levitated Mass is the ultimate only in LA experience. A 150 million year old, 6,800-pound rock suspended in a moment of impossible balance. This 340-ton granite megalith sits dramatically over a 450-foot-long concrete trench designed to stand for 3,500 years. Its journey to LACMA was a spectacle in itself. The boulder traveled 150 miles from a riverside quarry, making an 11-day pre-dawn trek from February 28th to March 10th, 2012 that drew thousands of curious onlookers. Visitors can walk beneath this ancient stone, experiencing a sculpture that defies both gravity and imagination. Open daily from sunrise to sunset, Levitated Mass offers a breathtaking encounter with geological time and artistic vision. Just don't visit on a rainy day. No, it won't fall. The exhibit's just closed. Diego Rivera's Flower Day is a groundbreaking painting that captures the essence of Mexican culture through a revolutionary artistic lens. This remarkable work represents Rivera's early mastery, featuring an innovative perspective of calla lily settlers with bold, block-like figures that echo his Cubist roots. More than just a painting, Flower Day holds a special place in art history as Rivera's first major work to enter a public collection in the United States. The unusual overhead view of the flowers and the stylized human forms create a striking composition that challenges traditional artistic conventions, a testament to Rivera's deep connection to Mexico's indigenous peoples. The painting transforms an everyday scene into a powerful artistic statement. In June 1937, Pablo Picasso created Weeping Woman with Handkerchief, a haunting portrait that emerged from the shadow of his monumental anti-war masterpiece, Guernica. Inspired by his muse, Dora Maar, the painting is a raw expression of human anguish. Picasso captures profound grief in devastating detail. A silhouetted hand pressed against her chest, a white handkerchief crumpled in despair. Created as Guernica was being unveiled at the Paris International Exposition, the painting became a powerful symbol of the human cost of war. More than just a portrait, Weeping Woman is a visceral cry against the brutality of the Spanish Civil War, transforming personal pain into a universal statement of human suffering. Imagine a painting that makes your brain do backflips. René Magritte's The Treachery of Images is the ultimate artistic mind game. A meticulously painted pipe with the bold declaration, "This is not a pipe." Wait, what? Created in 1929, this surreal masterpiece is more than just art. It's a philosophical grenade that explodes our understanding of reality. Marguerite dares you to question everything. Is an image of something the same as the thing itself? Are words and pictures telling the truth? Or are they elaborate illustrations? This radical artwork didn't just break rules, it rewrote them entirely. Artists like Jasper Johns, Andy Warhol, and Roy Lichtenstein would later bow down to Magritte's revolutionary vision, transforming how we see art, language, and imagination itself. One painting, one simple pipe, and a world turned upside down. In 1962, Andy Warhol served up a feast for the art world. 32 paintings of Campbell's soup cans that would forever change how we see art, advertising, and everyday life. More than just paintings, these were a cultural declaration. Ordinary objects could be extraordinary art. Warhol's inspiration was deeply personal. "I used to have the same lunch every day for 20 years, he explained. By meticulously reproducing each soup can label, he transformed a humble grocery store item into a pop culture phenomenon that challenged everything the art world thought it knew. Commissioned by Campbell's Soup Company in 1964, this work blurred the lines between commercial design and fine art, turning a can of soup into a mirror reflecting American consumer culture. And seeing it for yourself in person at LACMA is pretty cool. Standing 25 feet tall, Yoshitomo Nara's Miss Forest is a monumental outdoor sculpture that embodies the artist's distinctive style of exploring childhood's emotional landscape, from resistance and rebellion to quietude and contemplation, celebrating the unbridled imagination and individual spirit. Nara shared, "The image I envisioned was a thing that connected to the earth, born from the soil of the earth, that grew into the sky, into outer space, and thus communicated with the universe like an antenna. It is like a catalyst between the grand earth upon which we place our feet and the sky that our hands cannot reach." Resembling a slumbering forest spirit, Miss Forest emerges from Nara's Shinto heritage. Each unique iteration reveals the artist's touch, from leaf-like hair to closed eyelids, bridging earthly existence and universal connection. Her form is at once contemplative and transcendent, inviting viewers to explore the liminal space between earthly existence and cosmic connection. David Hockney's massive canvas is more than just a painting. It's a love letter to Los Angeles and captures the city in a single breath. Painted from memory in just a few weeks, Mulholland Drive, the road to the studio, captures the city's essence through the ultimate LA experience. The Drive. This panoramic masterpiece traces Hockney's daily journey from the Hollywood Hills to his Santa Monica Boulevard studio, transforming a simple commute into an epic visual narrative. Swooping across the canvas, Mulholland Drive becomes a ribbon of motion, alternating between precise details of trees, houses, and power lines, and abstract color planes that breathe the spirit of Studio City and Burbank. More than just a landscape, it's a personal map of Los Angeles, seen through the eyes of an artist who fell in love with the city's light, landscape, and endless horizon. From Brancusi's revolutionary bird in space to Warhol's soup cans, LACMA isn't just a museum, it's a living, breathing conversation about who we are, how we see, and what it means to create. These aren't just objects on display, they're revolutions, captured in paint, spirit, and imagination. Thanks for watching Art Vault.